Let's go with the Friday night matchup and a key one in the American. Memphis laying 6.5 against the Tulane Green Wave. A lot at stake, really, for both these teams. Overall, the numbers near it says this. Football Power Index has Memphis number 42 in the country, Tulane at 58. Offense efficiency is tracked at PFF. Memphis number 27, Tulane number 64. Defense efficiency, Memphis 37, Tulane 102. Barf. So what do you call here? Feed or follow Memphis minus 6.5 against Tulane?
Yeah, I would follow Memphis, but I'm going to wait on this game just because Brendan Lewis, who's the starting quarterback for Memphis, got hurt last week, and Ryan Silverfield, the head coach, gave us like nothing at practice today. Said most likely he's going to be a game time decision. So we don't know if he's going to go, but I still like Memphis because I think they're going to be able to run the ball against Tulane with their running backs, man. Sutton Smith has over 500 yards on the ground, 6 touchdowns. Their backup back has 450 yards and 7 touchdowns. So even if Brendan Lewis can't go, and he's a rushing threat himself, averages 62 rushing yards per game, I still think that they're going to be able to generate enough offense. I'd probably lean over in the game, but I think they'll pull away late here. Their red zone defense has been really good the last 3 weeks. They're coming off a couple big wins, Memphis. This is a huge game, man, with Tulane being 6-2, 3-1 in the American. Memphis is 8-1, 4-1 in the AAC. If Memphis takes care of business, they're most likely going to the college football playoff. And they look really good the last couple of weeks, man. A 38-14 win over Rice, and then they beat South Florida 34-31. So I'm going to continue to roll with them here.
All right, going to follow Memphis and lay the chalk there, the 6.5. How about Indiana? They're covering machines, people. Keep on downing the Indiana Hoosiers. They're laying 14 on the road in the not-so-happy Valley against the Penn State Indy Lions. The numbers nerd says X. Football Power Index says the Hoosiers number 2 in the country. PSU at number 22. Offense efficiency, Indiana number 1. Quarter Pro Football Focus in the nation. Penn State number 62. Defense efficiency, Indiana number 2. Again, stop hating, people. Meanwhile, Penn State number 29 in D efficiency. With those numbers bouncing around in your dome, what are your thoughts here? Indiana minus 14 at Penn State. Fade or follow?
Man, I'm actually thinking about fading Indiana for the first time this season and taking the points with Penn State. But here's the worry, though, man. So Penn State offensively last week moved the ball. They should have actually covered against Ohio State. And Ohio State, I think, has the best defense in the country. Indiana's defense is really good as well. They're number 5 in the nation. But if Penn State hasn't completely given up after losing that game by 3 scores at home, I think this might be a backdoor cover. I just worry that there's really no letdown spots with this Indiana team. Really good defensively. I love their safeties. And then Fernando Mendoza has the second best odds right now to win the Heisman. But this might be like the Super Bowl for Penn State. So I can see them covering, not winning. There's no like let up here for Indiana, but I would make this like 13. It's not like a huge, edge, but I kind of like Penn State, as gross as it is here.
Oh, man, I'm never going to fade the Hoosiers until they let me down, although you're probably right. All right, let's go to a matchup that could be a sneaky good one. UGA laying 7.5 at Mississippi State. According to the numbers heard, Georgia number 6 in country, according to ESPN's Football Power Index. Mississippi State number 40, offense efficiency per PFF. UGA at 26 and Mississippi State at 75. Defense efficiency, Georgia at 49, Mississippi State at number 50. Comparable there. So what are your thoughts? Georgia minus 7.5 at Mississippi State. Fade or follow?
The Illinois over and then Mississippi State were the 2 ones that burned me last week, but I'm going to fade Mississippi State here again, and I'm going to follow Georgia. I would take the first half with Mississippi State. I think they're going to be super competitive in this game, but in the fourth quarter, I think Georgia's going to pull away. 2 straight weeks Georgia should have covered, and Stetson Bennett last week has a clear path to the end zone. Goes down on one knee, man. So I think this week they are going to win this game by at least 10 points, but I think it's going to be close in the first half. So I like Mississippi State in the first half. Georgia full game to win this game by at least 8, though. Oh.
All right, last one. Texas Tech -10.5 against BYU. Maybe the matchup of the week. Football Index has Tech at 11, BYU at 14. Offense efficiency 17 and 19. Tech to BYU. Defense efficiency Tech at 1 in the country. BYU at 45. Fade or follow. Texas Tech -10.5 against BYU.
Whew. Fading Texas Tech is no fun, man. They look like one of the better teams in the country. They're most likely going to win the Big 12 and be in the playoff, but give me the points here with BYU. I've been impressed with their freshman quarterback, Bachmeier, even though he wears a linebacker number. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. I like their defense to keep this game close enough. I think this is going to be one of the better games of the weekend, so I'll take the points here with BYU.